so that
We are now live.
Good morning again. It's Chief Don Miracle. You know, are resuming our council meeting. We had a meeting with MTO at the fire hall about the water line on Highway 49. So we had to take some time out from our council meeting this morning to deal with the engineering aspect of that project. And so the council is now back in session. So we're at item number 13. There's an invoice from Stephen Fay for economic development related issues. An invoice to pay $5,425. Is there a motion to pay?
I'll motion, Chief.
Curtis? Is there a seconder?
I'll second, Chief.
Linda? Anybody opposed? Chris, you're good with that payment? Chris?
Yeah, I'm okay, Chief.
Motion carried. We have an invoice here from Derek Wong related to economic development activities. Invoice number 875, $12,371. Invoice 876, 2100 economic development activities. Is there a motion to pay?
I'll motion, Chief.
Curtis, is there a seconder?
I'll second, Chief.
Linda?
But the next time, can we ask Derek if he can give us a list of what those activities were?
It's in your.
It's in your, the invoices
There's a folder in the.
Oh, all right.
In the private.
Oh, okay.
in the private part, there are the details, okay?
All right. Thank
Is
you.
there, so are anybody opposed? Anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried.
Chief, I have a question. Sorry.
Yes?
I hopefully we saved enough money by paying on all the consultants to negotiate this loan that the money they saved us covers the cost.
It's written into the loan that we're getting.
Yeah, what I'm saying is if it costs us $100,000 to have a consultant negotiate a loan, I hope it's not more than what it would have cost.
Did we not get money for
More
development?
than a loan?
No, more than had you picked up the phone and said, hey, what's the interest rate we're gonna pay? 5% versus getting a
I
consultant.
think it was a little more than just that
Well,
simple, but,
I'm just saying, at the end of the day,
and corporations is kind of a little lower on the list of stuff that I'm trying to handle.
no, I'm not saying you, I'm saying that the consultants, like usually the banks, there's not much wiggle room for loans, and you got this consultant, that consultant.
Yeah, that is, they were the one, but it is worked
Okay.
into the, actual rewriting that we're doing, so all the costs will be covered. And even some of the other projects that he's done, we've got money in that's covering some of these costs. Like when we receive money from the government for anything that we're doing with, specific ag projects and stuff, we've gotten money
Yeah.
in that covers those costs, consultant and legal.
That's what my understanding was. We already had money to cover it. Okay, it's been moved by Curtis, second by Linda. And anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Hicks Morley invoice issues. These are human resources matters. Motion to pay an invoice number 831054 in the amount of $2,475. Is there a motion to pay?
I'll motion, Chief.
Linda, is there a seconder?
I'll second, Chief.
Curtis, anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing and hearing none, motion is carried. Alan Pratt invoices related to the Culberson claim is $2,200. Invoice number 6385. For the Churton Pen loss of use, $2,622.50. Invoice number 6386. Please note Alan Pratt's email. After review of our rates, Jordan's hourly rate has increased to $400 and Alan's will now be $575. Motion to pay and note the increase in hourly rates. Who will move? Is there a mover to
I'll
pay
move,
these?
Chief.
Curtis? And is there a seconder?
I'll second, Chief. I don't want to let that increase.
The details are in the invoice. You have copies of the invoices.
Yeah. it was a
Just the
district
increase,
rate.
that's all.
Some of the lawyers charge a lot more. So Gowling, WLG invoice number 202-52553 for the, related to the per capita distribution of the parcel 7 from Culberson. There is a motion, the amount of that invoice is $2,892.50. Motion to pay.
All motion, chief.
Linda, is there a seconder?
I'll second it.
Chris Miracle
Guns.
and Curtis, you're in favor?
Yes, chief.
The motion is carried. JFK law invoices. Invoice number 39189, in the amount of $2,140 related to the long-term care agreement for our long-term care home. Invoice number 39188, $990 for general matters. Invoice number 400-785, in the amount of $298 related to the long-term care agreement. Invoice number 401-921, $3,637 for the Human Rights Tribunal issue. Invoice number 401-918, in the amount of $4,594 for general matters. 401-905, $799 for alcohol sales on the territory. Motion approved to approve the payment of these invoices. Is there a mover?
I'll move, chief.
Curtis, is there a seconder?
I'll second, chief.
Linda? Are you in favor, Chris?
Not really, but
Well, is that a negative vote then?
I wanted to review the invoice again. I looked at so many, I get confused.
Well, the council's asked to do this work, so the motion is.
I'll save my comments for a discussion later, Chief. On
But are you in favor of paying the bill? We asked the work to be done, so I think we have to pay the bill. How do you want to record a vote then? Or are you in favor of the motion?
I'm currently in favor, Chief, but
Okay.
I'm telling you, moving forward, all the legal invoices, I have other ideas.
NERA invoice April and May 2025. This is related to the Turton Pen loss of use, and this is the consultant that provided that detailed report, what the range of compensation would look like.
I'll move that one, Chief.
Is there a seconder for the
I'll
motion to
second,
pay?
chief.
Linda. Are you in favor, Curtis?
Yeah, chief.
The motion is carried. The Director of Finance has placed amendments in Indigenous Services Canada number 103 and 104 on the agenda for council approval. Please request, the request is to acknowledge and approve amendment number 103 and 104. So 104 is the LEDSP targeted funding for the $4,950. And amendment number 4 is related to severe weather event 6,500. That's to cut down the trees from the ice storm.
I'll move.
65,000. So it's Chris Miracle is approving,
And then I'll second,
and
chief.
Linda and Curtis, you're
I'll go.
available?
I'll go.
You approve? Okay, motion is carried. So please sign this. These two amendments. Well, that's going around for signature. We have a request to number 21.
So,
Item number 21, we're pulling it at this point. Sandy and Cecil are working on some numbers. They think the numbers will be lower on what they're gonna request, but they're gonna wait till later on to, put a request in when they have actual. So number 21 is being pulled from the agenda.
So strike that off, it's being pulled.
More realistic numbers.
This won't affect our students this fall?
No.
No? Okay.
I'd like it done before our next lobby meeting so we can put that on the agenda.
Use that. We can give you something up for the next lobby meeting.
So Hydro One, temporary power connection, they want to put a temporary power connection to the BPM construction trailer on Flat Street. The cost will be $241.50, and so we have to sign an agreement for a customer services contract to enable that to happen.
Move to approve.
Chris Miracle. Is there a second?
Was that the one to hook up for the trailers, Chief? I believe it was, wasn't it?
I
Was the
think
hookup
so.
for the trailer?
I think so.
For power? Yeah. I'll second, Chief.
Curtis? You're in favor, Linda?
Yes.
Okay, the motion is carried. Okay, the AIAI Indigenous Healing and Wellness Funding. MBQ is in receipt of the MOU from AIA for the Indigenous Healing and Wellness Program funding in the amounts of Indigenous Healthy Babies, Healthy Children Program, $146,313. The Community Wellness Worker Program, $125,636. Mental Health Demonstration Project, $26,492. Shelter Program, $1,023,691. HISAB Support, $2,000. Mental Health Training Supports, $9,000. Does council wish to have this agreement signed with AIAI? I've already signed it July the 3rd, not to hold the funding, so. It's council.
I move.
Sorry.
Is there a motion to
Yeah,
approve?
I moved.
Linda? Is there a seconder?
Yes, Chief.
Chris Miracle? And Curtis, are you in
Um,
favor?
I am, Chief.
Okay, so- If there's nothing else, then that concludes our regular council meeting, and I would like to thank everyone who's joined us online and wish you all a nice day. It's nice to have cooler temperatures and enjoy the summer while it was